Good morning. Welcome to Red Barn Acres. I'm up before work this morning, out beginning the process of building a portable chicken coop for our chicks. You've already seen the chicks in our earlier videos and they're getting big. So I'm going to have to start building them a portable chicken coop. We have a pasture out here next to the barn, between the barn and the house. And we're going to have an electric netting that's coming in the mail. Should be here Monday or Tuesday. The solar energizer has already arrived, but Amazon is slow right now with all the virus issues. So we're gonna have about 164 feet chicken netting that we can set out here and move around from place to place and let them graze in the field. Right now they're over here in the little red coop. I've got an old shed that I'm tearing down. I got a lot of useful wood out of this. I should be able to build a small portable chicken coop with the 2x4s and other boards I've got left over here. So my Saturday has decided to turn into a very rainy day. So I'm going to work in the barn. I've got a pallet. It's going to serve as my roof area. I'll set a gable over that with the tin. I've got a square base. Now this particular chicken coop is going to be portable. It's going to have wheels on one end and a trailer hitch on the other. So we can pull it with a mower or ATV. This is going to set straight on the ground, so there will be grass under the bottom. There will not be a floor. So I had a couple guys come over yesterday and help me frame this. It's a nice big box. Walk in, doorway. Should be able to walk inside, maintain it, do anything we need. I've got a bunch of old tin from a shed I tore down. That should be just enough tin to put on this for the siding and the roof. So I got the back on and started on the sides. So we've got most of the tin on the chicken coop. Got this one piece right here to put on the front. Then I'm gonna have to work on a door. Well, I've spent all day on this chicken coop and I've got most of it done, including a lift axle. The lift axle basically will allow this to sit on the ground. For now, I've just got a simple chain. A chain holding this. It sits on the ground. We lift up. I want to mention that my friend AJ gave me some nice plastic roofing material for the coop. This stuff should last forever. Okay, the long bolt material that I have is not the right size for this axle, but I just bought a lathe, so I'm going to use this as an exercise to make a bushing for both these wheels on the chicken coop. The outer diameter is supposed to be 0.6 inches. The inner diameter is about 0.422. I'll probably make that slightly larger so the bolt can go in easier. And the length is going to be 2.15. So here is a quick drawing of the bushing that I'm going to be making. I'm going to make it out of aluminum. I want to try to get as close to these dimensions as I can with very little experience using a lathe, but this is going to be a good test. So what I have is a used Grizzly lathe, mini lathe. Some of the parts aren't working, but it should be good enough to start and get this done. My first project I made was to make a little handle for the tailstock. So that's my first experience making a bushing, or very similar to a bushing. So now I've cut off 2 pieces of aluminum bar stock. I'm going to put them in the lathe and try to make some bushings. And please no comments about the condition of this tool. Yeah, it looks pretty bad. I just picked it up on Facebook Market for $200, so I'm not complaining. I'm just going to work on it as time allows and make some improvements like I did for this. Made a new handle for this. Clean up everything and make it work. See, the hand wheel doesn't even work down here on the carriage. What I'm doing now is called a facing cut, where you basically flatten the end. I'll rough cut this off with a sawzall. I want to start with a flat end. It may take a couple passes of this, taking off about 10 thousandths each time. It looks like I've got the tool exactly the right height because it cut the little nub off in the center. If it doesn't cut that little nub off in the center, you either have to raise it or lower it. But it looks like I've got some more to cut. I'm going to pull it out, bring it in 10 thousandths and try again. Alright, I'm going to increase the RPMs, see if I can get this in smoother. Alright, that's not too bad. Close enough for a chicken coop. Now I'm turning down the outside diameter. We started with 0.878 and we're going to cut this down to 0.6. It's going to take several passes. These numbers are as I'm measuring with a caliper after every pass and seeing the reduction in diameter. So I need to get this down to 0.6. So I'm not going to measure every time, I'm just going to measure every couple times. Alright, I got it at the right size. 0.598, that's a little under, but not bad for a try. And I've already cut a center hole. Now I'm going to drill a long hole all the way through before using a cutoff tool. Well, as we can see, my workpiece is too long. Once I put the drill bit in, chuck, I don't have enough room on the bed. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cutoff, shorten the piece, and then drill it. What I'm doing now is a cutoff. Put the camera down to catch the piece. just finished the first bushing. It's not the prettiest, but let's see how it works. Fits great. So now I've got both bushings made. Let's go put them on. Okay, so now let's put it all together. That's better. Before, that would have never worked. Well, it's working. Take it down to the shed and air up the tires now. Alright, I got the chicken coop in place now. Got a door put on. And got little baby chicks. They've been in here about 5 minutes. They're already foraging. Looking for bugs and eating grass. I'm going to put some roosting poles in there. And a solar door shutter, and that should be all. So we've got our electric chicken fence up, chicken netting. It's 160 feet. I've got a, this is from we got the chicken fencing from Coop. And the solar charger from Premier. I'll provide links to these in the description. Our chicks are loving it. They went straight to pecking at bugs and seeds. I've got a friend shooting on my range out back, so the chicks are having to get used to gunshots. And there's David shooting. Okay, I want to wrap up my video now. We totally finished the portable chicken coop. We've got our chicks in it. I just got up and opened the door for them. They're not wandering outside yet. I did want to mention again the fencing and the solar energizer. The fencing is from rentacoop.com, but there's several manufacturers including Premier. The solar energizer is the IntelliShock 30 from Premier One. This combo, the 160, was the most economical for me. I'm going to provide links for these products in the description from Amazon. I'm going to mention just a couple things. This is not going to be an install video, but just about this netting. As you can see, it's got taller holes at the top. It goes down to very small holes at the bottom. It should have 6 small holes at the bottom to prevent small chicks from climbing through. These were very easy just to step on to jam into the ground. You've got the both directions tied together here with a clip. That's the positive connector running down to the solar energizer. There's a metal stake, U-stake, jammed into the ground under this, and the ground connector is attached to it. We've got the positive and negative terminals here. It's very simple. Got a power button on the back. That's really all there is to hooking this up. I will mention that to keep it from sagging, these strings are attached down to stakes and just keeps it pulled tight on the corners. Me and another guy took maybe 15-20 minutes to set this up the first time. We've got about 1.5 acres of mowed area that we keep mowed, and this area right here is relatively small, but it's good for chickens. So we've got an ability to move this around, this portable fencing. We're going to move it from here to there, to there, to there, up by the greenhouse, in different areas. We can even put it in the yard if we wanted to. But we'll move this around every few weeks and give them fresh pasture. This is sort of a trial run for us. We don't have that many chicks in here. We've got less than 30. But we're going to see how this works out for us, and if it works great for meat chickens and for eggs, then we're going to probably expand, maybe get as many as 50 or more. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Also hit the little bell for notifications. We've got more coming out soon. Thanks.